Ed here, and this is another Top 3 Tuesday. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to those of you that actually posted video responses to last week's Top 3 Tuesday. I didn't figure there would be many because I didn't think a lot of people were going to identify with it. And those folks were ProBman5, Gamer Emporium, Russ Lyman, WellTall1028, Sega and More, and Michael B. the Game Genie, who it appears posted it from his wife's dorm room. So, thanks guys, I appreciate it. Cynical Enigma appreciates it. And this week we have one of my favorite newer YouTubers. I don't want to say new because he's been around for a little while, and I noticed him because he was doing video responses to Top 3 Tuesday. So this week we have misterdude206. He does, like a lot of people, a little bit of everything. He does pickup videos. He just did a video where he went on vacation in Northern California and Hawaii and showed some pickups that he got there. He does some gameplay videos, and he does some other really interesting things. He is a, well, I don't know if I should say that, but he is a graffiti artist, or at least he does graffiti-style art, and I don't know, he's just a really interesting guy. So, this is his question.
Hello YouTube, this is misterdude206 with this week's question at Top 3 Tuesday featuring EdT1138. And my question for you guys is, who are your top 3 female heroes in video games? Or who are your top 3 female characters that deserve more recognition, unsung heroes? Anyways, let's start off with my number 3. She's from Ninja Gaiden 2, and her name is Irene Liu. She is a spy. She can handle a gun. She basically was sent to track down Ryu Hayabusa when he was missing in action, messing with his sword and searching for the statues of doom. Initially, she was supposed to help, but she ended up getting kidnapped and it all went upside down. So that is my number 3, Irene Liu. My number 2 would happen to be Cammy from Super Street Fighter 2. I say Cammy because she's a really strong character, and after she got pretty much hypnotized by M. Bison and then used as a weapon to kill and do bad things, she finally, you know, got sense knocked back into her and ended up being M. Bison's worst nightmare besides Chun-Li. But anyway, second character that I love to use is Cammy, and she is always, you know, a step below Chun-Li and a few other characters, but Cammy, you know, she gets a lot of love from this guy because she's an awesome character. Number 1 hero or honorable mention, unsung hero for a female character in video games would be Nay from Final Fantasy Star 2. Sorry. Nay is basically, you know, number 2 in the game. She runs through the game and she's always shadowed by the hero Rolf. And what people didn't know is that she was a really strong character herself, and without her, you know, there was no game because, you know, spoiler alert, she basically sacrificed herself to help the world. And that's pretty much my number 1. So I'd like you guys to share with me your top 3 female heroes in the video game world, whether they be featured for 10 seconds or actual stars of the game. But anyways, I'd like you to share. Show me your top 3. Let me know. And thank you, Ed, for letting me ask this week's question, the Top 3 Tuesday. I'm Mr. Dude, and thank you.
This was actually kind of a tough one for me because when I was a kid playing video games, there weren't many female video game characters, period, let alone female video game heroes. So it's kind of a tough one to choose. I'm going to try and go with heroes anyway, but you guys, as Mr. Dude206 said, if you want to go with just female video game characters, I think you'll be okay with that. Let's see, top 3 heroes for me. I'm going to go number 3 with Samus Aran, and for obvious reasons. I mean, tell me that when you played that game the first time, if you didn't already know it was a girl, that is, because I didn't when I played it. You're playing the game, you're thinking this is a serious kick-ass dude, you're blowing people up, you're doing all these neat things, then you get to the end and find out it's a chick. And it just blew my mind as a kid. So I'm going to go with Samus Aran just because of the surprise factor. Wasn't expecting it. Number 2, I'm going to go with Sarah Kerrigan from the StarCraft series. And yes, she did end up being a bad guy in the end, but that really depends on your point of view. She was a hero for the humans, you know, about halfway through the first game. You know, she was I believe it was called a ghost. It's been a while since I've played through the storyline. But she was a ghost, and then she was rescued, and then she was a hero, and then she gets captured and turned by the Zerg, and then she was a hero for the Zerg. I mean, I'm sure the Zerg looked at her as a hero. So, for me, number 2, Sarah Kerrigan. And number 1 is probably one that none of you are even going to think of, or at least if you think of it, I will be surprised. Well, actually, if you're watching this, I'm not going to know if you think of it on your own because you will have already seen this video. Anyway, Miss Pac-Man. Why Miss Pac-Man? Because she was more popular than Pac-Man. And I know a lot of you younger kids are probably thinking, well, Pac-Man was the big yellow circle on campus, and Miss Pac-Man just came along and rode on his coattails. That's not true. Pac-Man was very popular, there's no doubt about that. But when Miss Pac-Man came along, it was just so much better a game. The music was better, well, in my opinion anyway. The music was better. The gameplay, I thought, was a little bit faster. She had more mazes. There was more variety in the game. It was just a better game. She was better at kicking Ghost butt. So I'm going to go with Ms. Pac-Man as my number one. Now, like I said, misterdude206, cool guy, very funny, very creative person. You should go check out his channel. If you like him, subscribe. Actually, even if you don't like him, subscribe, and then you can troll him for a while. That works too. Never mind. Don't troll him. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. But he is a cool guy. You should definitely check him out. I'm pretty sure you'll subscribe to him if you do. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.